they don't care. Like, see, like when you go like the courts and all that, they don't care, but at least it's down.
It's a checklist, isn't it?
Yeah, it's down. That's why I haven't opened my letters. That's why I didn't know about this. Because my whole thing is it's always bad news.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. That's what I mean. It's like it's either
That's what they
chasing
said,
money,
A fine,
it's
what
penalties,
this.
it's fines, and
I'd rather just pay
mental health.
each time. Like, and even though it's so much more expensive because you're ending up paying like 500 and something pound for something that costs maybe £40 if you open the letter.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But, yeah.
It's a hard one.
But yeah, hoarding, I think it is good to get rid of stuff because I've got to do that even in my house. But what it is, because we buy lots of clothes as well, innit? So it's that you always really should be constantly throwing clothes away. Or not throwing, but think about it. What are you going to do? Just keep, like, my wardrobe's too big now. Like, it's too full up. Do you know what I mean? But like I said to him, Caps, it's like what I had to do at my mum's. Because I went to my mum's house, obviously after she died. Dominique had to go to her house. And it's literally, I had to just not look at anything and just put it in a bag and then go and burn it because it's like, you keep everything. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You just keep everything. It's my mum. Like, so you can't even, does it even make sense? That's what literally you got to do if you own your house.
Yeah.
Probably just not even look
but
at.
It's just clear mind.
You know,
though,
like probably not even look at what you're putting in the bag. You know what I'm saying? And just put it in a bag, and then just cut. Like, yeah. That's my. Yeah. So then, sister.
Yeah. So that was like an 8-year journey. So like, just if anyone is listening and doesn't know what to do for help, so you call the crisis line on the NHS. I think it's 111. It might have changed, but it was the 111 or 101. Call them. Explain the situation, and they'll do an assessment over the phone, and then with that you obviously answer the questions, and they'll tell you like if you can get them to a hospital, take them to A&E, then get them an assessment there. But then obviously in order to get them sectioned, it's dependent on if there's a bed available, and that was the hardest part because you have to have like a safeguarding officer, a police officer, and a support worker there, and a medic, because the medic has to, or like a doctor, because they have to basically do the checklist to say whether they're at capacity or not. So if they're at capacity, like it's like under the Mental Health Act, you can be detained against your will, but under the Human Rights Act, you can't be detained against your will. So it depends on what capacity you're in to get sectioned. So
is it true that they only section you if you're like violent to what, like you're now a threat to others?
No, if you're suicidal as well.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, it can be suicidal. It depends on the levels with everything, because I think the biggest battle that I had in this 8-year journey, because my sister's been in and out of section a few times now, it was getting them to give her that assessment, because it was once again trying to tell someone that they're not unwell, that someone that's like, tell them that they're crazy, they don't think they're crazy kind of thing. So trying to explain to her, she was like, no, I'm fine. And then so it's hard when they're being when they're resisting. So getting them to go to a hospital, that was never going to happen. So you have to then wait for a call out. You can be waiting 8 hours. They're a lot quicker. They've been quicker because my sister's now obviously been going in and out, so she's known now. But the first time was so hard because you have to get the safeguarding officer, the paramedic, and then there has to be a bed available in the ward. So that's probably the hardest part of getting someone sectioned, but it is possible, and definitely get support that if anyone is going through it, and because it's mentally destroying. It's soul destroying, because obviously seeing my sister like go and having to because they come in the van, they have to put them in the back of the van, and it just breaks your heart. And it's kind of like, because my sister's been very high and very manic on the first time getting sectioned. It was horrible to see. She's screaming, she's like, and that's why the police officer had to be there, because she's putting up a fight. But the last time she just got sectioned.
Wait, it was you that got her sectioned?
Every time. That's what I mean. Like mentally, I deal with a lot. Like it's not just.
She's probably thinking, why, innit?
Do you
why
feel
sectioning me?
when she goes there and they give them like medication and things? Do you think? Do you think it works, or do you think it just like zombies them out for a little bit?
Yeah, it's a hard one, because we're still 8 years into this journey, and we're still not finding the right medication for her.
Why do you get a section?
Because she's so hot. Like, she's running around the street chanting. She's half naked, very hypersexual, like wearing wigs, contacts. Like, she looks nuts. You're the person chanting down the street, that's her, and she's not at capacity. Like, you're talking to her, you could literally be talking about her, and she's just off the like talking in their own thing, chanting, saying stuff, and it's all like the same madness in their
She's
head.
blatantly mad.
Like the psycho, yeah.
Like they're not. So you actually have to go through a thing to get a section.
Yeah, it's a process. So that's what I mean. It's a long process, and it's like, and then they'll be.
How long do they keep them in there for?
It depends.
Roughly?
So
until
there's like
better in it.
The one
that's
section
medication.
is a 28-day. So the first section they'll always get is a 28-day section. I can't remember what section. I can't remember what that is. Maybe section 7. I'll have to let you know. So they'll be in for 28 days. Then they will decide from the 28 days on how they're responding, whether they should be released or not. Because if they're basically, it's a checklist. So if they're responding, if they're eating, if they're vocal, they let them out. And that's the problem that we were having with my sister. She was getting let out too early. Then she's back to her fuckeries. And that's where it was like this ongoing pattern that you have to go through again. You have to do the checklist again. Yeah. And it's so soul destroying seeing someone that's mentally deteriorating, especially right in front of your eyes.
Your own sister.
And then
this your twin one?
No, this is my older sister. And it was hard because in all this madness, you'll get like that 1 minute where she recognizes where she is because she's completely gone. Then she'll have that one moment and you see the vulnerability and she's just like, I'm really scared and and then like, I'm gonna take a minute, I'm getting upset. And then like you just think, oh my God, like for a minute I've got my sister back. And I'll try and say to her, come like Claire, like I need you to look at me, like I promise you, like just trust me. You have to trust me. I need you to go here. I need you to take the medication. And then she's like, okay, and then when you see her go, it's honestly the most gut-wrenching experience because it's like, unfortunately, I'm the only one that deals with it in my family. Because if I don't deal with it, nothing gets done, and that's why it's.
Where's your mum in all of this?
So my mum's been in intensive care. She's out now. But even with all this, my mum's so blown because my mum's just had such a chaotic life that my mum just physically can't take any more. Like my mum's good. My mum's so like she's doing so well, and she deals with so much because my other sisters are on fuckeries as well. So in my head, because I'm always I'm just the one that deals with it. Because if I don't do it, like my mum lives further out. Like I'm the one that lives in the middle of everyone, and I'm the one that kind of is level-headed, so I have to take that responsibility on. As much as people think, no, you don't, like I do, because if not, my sister deteriorates. She's chanting down the street, neighbours, like everyone's coming to me regardless, so I have to get it sorted. And I know now, because now I know what I'm doing, it's fine. I can do the calls. I've got it on lock on that sense, but it's still frustrating.
Like a robotic
constant
thing.
Constant, and that's where it's just like until we find the right medication for my sister, it's gonna keep being this journey, unfortunately. And if I'm honest with you, I don't ever think my sister's ever gonna be fully back to how she was. And it's really sad because if you'd have seen her 8 years ago, so beautiful. She would not even go down the street without like getting a bottle of milk without looking like she was always on point. So then when you just see how she's just deteriorated and you see her now, like it's extremely sad.
From weed.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful, Cream.